Next on Worcester News Tonight, a police-involved shooting leaves one dead in Westborough. Plus, support for the family of fallen Fire Lieutenant Jason Menard continues to pour in. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Cam Jandro. A nice warm-up in the area to end the work week, but how long will it last? Let's find out in our first check of our local forecast.
Hey there, good evening to you. I'm meteorologist Pamela Gardner. We had a beautiful day today and a nice, much needed break from all the cold. Our temperatures in the 40s still through this evening under a mainly clear sky, and we're cooling by 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock as the wind direction changes and as an Arctic front moves through. With this front, we'll notice an increase in clouds if you're up late tonight. But really, we're going to notice how chilly it gets tonight and then the wind chill on top of it, too. And overnight lows dip into the 20s, 22 degrees in Worcester, 24 degrees in Fitchburg. Tomorrow afternoon will be in the 30s, 32, right up freezing in Worcester. But with the wind from the north-northwest, it's going to feel actually like the 20s all afternoon. So make sure, once again, you bundle up as you head out the door for any of those Saturday errands you have to run or activities going on. Colder day, but then Sunday, we modify temperatures a few more degrees. Clouds increase ahead of a coastal storm that passes way offshore, but it could bring a bit of a wintry mix to some of our area. I'll have those details coming up in the 10-day forecast.
A police-involved shooting at a Westborough apartment complex leaves one person dead. The district attorney says police were responding to a domestic incident still in progress. Our Chandler Walsh has the details.
Cam, one person is dead. The Worcester County District Attorney Office says a domestic violence call came in around noon out of the Windsor Ridge housing complex in Westborough. When police and fire arrived, the domestic violence incident was still happening. DA Joe Early wouldn't say the nature of the incident. He says one of the responding officers fired several shots, killing the suspect. Both the victim and suspect were transported to UMass.
Several Westborough police officers got out of their vehicles, witnessed domestic violence incident that was ongoing. Several shots were fired by one police officer. That person is now deceased.
People are safe. The officer was also transported as a precautionary protocol.
The Westborough Police Chief and DA didn't answer any questions. They say the investigation is ongoing and say they don't expect another update until at least Monday. Police Chief Jeffrey Laurie says this was an isolated incident and there is no threat to the public. In Westborough, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
In just the past few days, 2 break-ins have happened in broad daylight in Southborough. Police say the burglaries occurred while the homeowners were out of the house. The homes are located in the areas of Boston Road and Woodbury Road. One home was entered through an unlocked door, while the other home was entered through a forcibly opened window. Police are encouraging residents to stay vigilant in locking doors and windows of their home and vehicles and keeping valuables hidden. Anyone with information on the burglaries is asked to contact police. More support for fallen Fire Lieutenant Jason Menard and his family. Today, the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers announced their intentions to help pay off his family's home. Our Valerie Bell has the details at the Worcester Fire Department headquarters now. Valerie?
Cam, yeah, Stephen Siller was a firefighter who died in the line of duty during 9/11. Since 2015, the organization has been helping families of first responders with young children stay in their homes after their loved ones have passed. Today would have been Siller's 53rd birthday, and in his remembrance, they announced their organization will be helping the Menard family.
There is no greater act of love than to give your life for another human being. And it is exactly what Lieutenant Menard did.
Lieutenant Jason Menard's heroic actions during the fire on Stockholm Street is inspiring efforts to help his family. Chief Michael Lavoie says the fire department is doing all they can to support them during this difficult time.
We as a fire department will take care of the family. The union will take care of the family for the rest of their lives. And this is just one piece of it.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation wants to pay off the Menards family mortgage by Christmas. They are seeking donations of $11 a month to make this possible.
When I heard that they were going to pay off Tina's mortgage, I was absolutely thrilled. Anything we can do for the family.
Last year, Tunnel to Towers received donations from around the country to pay the mortgage on the home of Cindy Chesna and her children. She lost her husband, Weymouth Police Sergeant Michael Chesna, in the line of duty.
Cindy couldn't stand up.
No.
She couldn't stand up, and here she is today try to help another family. That's why she came today.
Cindy Chesna understands what the Menard family is going through. She says she doesn't know what she would have done without Tunnel to Towers.
You relied on your husband to pay for it, and then he's gone, and then you worry about how you're going to be able to do it and take care of your children.
Speaking from her experience, Chesna has a message for Lieutenant Menard's wife and their 3 children.
Just take it day by day. The pain is always there, always. You'll always feel it every day, but just take the help from your family and the support around you and just go day by day.
Now, again, if you want to donate, you can go to tunnel2towers.org. Again, that is the number 2, and you'll know you're there when you see Lieutenant Menard's photo right there on the home screen. Reporting in Worcester, I'm Valerie Bell for Worcester News Tonight.
Preparations are underway for fallen Fire Lieutenant Jason Menard's final tribute. The city announced his funeral services. Calling hours will be on Sunday from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock at Mercadanti Funeral Home. His funeral will be on Monday at 11 a.m. at St. John's Church on Temple Street. Anyone attending the funeral is asked to go directly to the church. In other news, the Polar Park construction project is inching closer to its goal of hiring Worcester residents, but took a step back in October on other employment marks. Numbers given to the Worcester Redevelopment Authority on Friday show so far almost 20% of the hours worked are by city residents. The project's goal is 25%. Through October, Worcester residents have worked nearly 1,500 hours. Although employment goals at the site remain surpassed for women and people of color, as the number of hours worked have increased, the percentage of those hours worked by women has dropped by 2% and people of color by roughly 5%. The state's unemployment rate remained just below 3% in October, but more than 10,000 jobs were added during the month. From year to year, Massachusetts added more than 51,000 jobs, according to data from the Bureau of Labor. The largest gains in jobs in the state were in education and health services, which added nearly 6,000 jobs. Jobs in the professional, scientific, and business services sector added nearly 2,500 jobs. Just over 1,000 jobs were added in trade, transportation, and utilities. Visitors to Central Massachusetts are spending more than ever. A new report from Discover Central Massachusetts finds tourism spending generated $46 million in tax revenue last year. Since 2014, tourism spending in Central Mass has increased by over 20% compared to 17.8% statewide. Discover Central Mass says new businesses in the area are part of the reason the region is doing so well.
Central Mass is really hot right now. The city of Worcester is doing great. We've got a lot of energy and excitement, not only for things like Polar Park, but we've got a really trending dining scene. We've got amazing breweries here, and we've got really wonderful small businesses that are here and also new businesses that are setting shop here.
Discover Central Mass is also running a Shop Central Massachusetts campaign to encourage people to shop locally during the holiday season. A 70-unit apartment complex in Worcester's downtown is set to undergo renovations. The Matheson apartments are more than 100 years old. They are made up of 6 buildings near and on Main Street. Nonprofit Homeowners Rehab, Inc. received more than $20 million in financing for the renovations, with almost $12 million coming from Mass Housing. The organization says their goal is to keep the units in the Matheson apartment within affordability restrictions, meaning residents must earn 50% or less of the Worcester median income of $47,000 for a household of 4.
It's so integral to our mission to make sure that affordable housing is preserved and long-term and a resource for not just current residents but for a whole community, and that resource can stay in place and work for so many people over time. It's so much part of what makes our cities and neighborhoods work well is to provide that stability for folks. And I think there are a lot of families here that have been here a long time and really need that.
Improvements will include exterior masonry repairs, common area improvements, and replacing several roofs.